Hey everyone, it's Jason. Welcome to an unwrapping for Smash Up. This is Smash Up Kings, a single faction pack. They've done a couple of these on the AEG website. Goblins, Knights of the Round, Penguins, Sheep. I think that's all of them. Yeah, so just extra little ones they threw in that kind of, like sort of didn't really fit into the grand scheme of one of the other big box sets, but they really thought it'd be cool. This came out at the same time as Smash Up Expansion. Excellent movies, dude. It kind of fits. I don't know if it's going to directly fit it, because lots of 80s movies, which is what that's sort of based off of, have teenagers in them. So maybe this kind of going to tie in and work with them sets. Maybe it'll be completely different, but you can go check out that video as well. Alright, so we're going to hop in and see what we have. This is now only available, though, in the Smash Up web store. So if you want to get it, you have to go there and order it. So if you haven't, possibly you can like wait. They have occasionally have like buy one get one free sales or buy one get one half off. Or they might have, if you buy a box, you get a discount on one of the other sets, rather than just picking up one pack by itself. All right, but let's hop in and see what we got. We're going to first start off. We're going to get our deck divider. Which has the new symbol for this, which is the S in the iconic, I don't remember what the heck that's called, but if you were in high school during the 90s, you probably drew one of those at some point. All right, we're going to go ahead and hop in and see what we have here. So we have 2 copies of the Jock. I want to zoom in a little bit more there, and let's see what these guys do. I love the bottom. It's like the googly note paper. I mean, SU for Smash University, I'm guessing, which makes you more of like makes you more of a college student than a teenager, but that's all right. If there is a prep here, place 2 +1 power counters on this minion. Ongoing, once per turn after you play another minion of 3 power, you may place a +1 power on this minion. Okay, cool. So he's gonna get bonuses for 3 powered minions, which is really fun. And then if you have the prep, he's going to also gain some extra bonuses. So let's see what that does. 2 copies of the prep. Or preppy. I'm trying to read what the sticker said there. Save. Ooh, let me see if I can zoom in on that a little bit more here. Nope. Save something. F-E... Not sure. Anywho, alright, let's see what we got here. So we have the preppy girl. If there's a brain here, you may search your deck for a minion of 3 power and draw it once per turn. After you play another minion of 3 power, you may give one of your minions +2 power till the end of turn. Cool, so these guys are all going to kind of play off of each other. So if you can gather the gang, they're all going to kind of work together. So I just want to go back to him quick. If the prep is here, he gets an extra 2 counter. So he's normally 3. If the prep is there, he becomes a 5. And then once per turn after you play another minion here, you may play a +1 power counter. So if the prep was there first, he gains an extra bonus, and then when someone's played, he gains more. So if the brain is there, she's gonna let you draw extra cards. But if she's already out, anytime you play a new one, someone gets a temporary boost. It's kind of a neat idea. Like, so depending on what order you play them is whether you get like a quick effect or like which effect you're gonna get. So you have 2 copies of the brain. Jeff says if the slacker is here, you may play another action. And ongoing, once per turn after you play another minion of 3 power, you may draw a card. Cool. So you're getting extra action or extra card. This is a really neat set. 2 copies of the slacker. So he's in his basement rocking out. And he has, if there's a rebel here, move up to 2 of your minions to other bases. Once per turn, after you play another minion of 3 power, you may place a card from your discard pile on the bottom of your deck. All varying effects for getting each one. And then finally, we have the Rebel. So I think the class types, of course, are based off comic things. Also, I think this is a reference to, like, the Breakfast Club. I'm guessing a lot of this. So Rebel, as if there's a jock here, you may play an extra non-Rebel minion of 3 power here. Once per turn after you play another minion of 3 power, you may move one of your minions to another base. So that's cool. So like one character. So some of the effects that you draw a card, some give the character power, some give other characters temporary powers. Like you draw cards, play extra cards. All lots of different effects depending on what order you play these cards. Neat. That's definitely a neat thing. And plus, then the second ability, since it's always only if you play a minion of 3. If you play another group of all 3 cost minions, they're going to get all them trigger effects every time too. I can't think of off of the top of my head any other group that has all 3 minions, but I'm sure there is one. Alright, let's see what our actions are. We have the brunch bunch. So we have the Breakfast Club, we have the brunch bunch, which we have the geek back there. Vampire, Nosferatu, one of the aliens, one of the street sharks, and I'm not sure who the woman is. Interesting. She might be a dancer, maybe from one of the explorer sets. Choose a base. For each name on a minion of yours there, for each name on a minion of yours there with a printed 3 power, you may choose a different effect. For each name on a minion of yours there. Move one of your minions there, draw a card, play an extra minion of 3 power there, give a minion there plus 2 power to another card, or place a card from the bottom of your discard pile to the bottom of your deck. So it's the secondary effects on all the other 5 guys. But I think what it means by name is basically, so if I choose my base, whatever my main base is, let's say base is high school, and then for each name on a minion there with a printed power fee, so any of my minions have 3 power, I gain another one. But I think it's, if I have 2 jocks on there, I only get a bonus for 1 jock. I believe that's what it's trying to say. Alright, we have the explosion at school. Yeah, that happens. Shuffle any number of minions of 3 power, different names from your discard pile into your deck and draw a card. Cool. You're recycling your cards. We have 2 copies of the new kid, who's being chased by a skeleton gang. Search your deck for a minion of 3 power and play it as an extra minion. Nice. Just did a free one. That's not bad. Strange Science. Referencing weird science. That's cool. Where they create a robotic woman, and here there's like some weird monstrosity woman, I'm guessing, coming out. Just points per feet. Play a minion of 3 power from your discard pile as an extra minion. That's cool. The Booby Trap. I'm guessing this is referencing the Goonies, because he's like a pirate. Play a base ongoing. After you play or move a minion with a printed power of 3 to this base, draw a card. Nice. That's cool. The Babysitter. This is, I think, a direct reference to Adventures in Babysitting. They're being attacked by zombies, by the way. Because I think the one girl has a helmet in there, I believe. She also has a rainbow scarf and the things that kind of reminds me of Doctor Who a little bit. Play one of your minions ongoing. Your minion here cannot be affected by other players' abilities. Interesting. Alright, so we're going to drop these down and we're going to look at the next 2 cards. We have Abe Froman. Clearly this is your characters dressing up in disguise or in cheesy glasses and mustaches. Play on one of your minions. Talent. Until the start of your next turn, this minion also has the same name as every other minion you own. Uses a minion's ability, does not count as using another minion's ability. That's cool. So basically, like, I could say, okay, I have 3 characters out. I could turn them all into jocks, and then everyone gains a bonus for a jock being there. That's neat. So the prep, the rebel, the jock, probably in the other shirt there. But then the last guy in the trench coat, that is Ferris Bueller. That's pretty funny. And then, of course, I want teams to be without a principal in the office. Save Ferris. That's what I thought that was mentioning. So they keep referencing Ferris Bueller's Day Off in here, which is pretty cool, too. He kind of looks like the principal in some of these movies. Return one of your minions to your hand. You may play a minion of a printed power 3 as an extra minion. Cool. That's definitely cool. This is some really fun cards for this set. Really neat theme with all the 3s. I might have to quickly check before I end the video, see if there's any other minions that have only 3 power, or a lot. But we have some bases first. We have Montridge High, which is our high school, for a 20 breakpoint. After you play a minion here, plays a +1 counter on one of your minions with a different name here. Cool. So you know you're playing characters with different names, you're getting bonuses. And then we have the Cabin in the Wood, which is very interesting because it, Evil Dead. There's the Impala back there. Very iconic from Evil Dead. That's awesome. 24. If you have at least 2 minions here, your minions each have +2 powers. Hey, if they're out there making out in the cabin, they gain extra power, and then they get eaten by zombies. That's an interesting reference because you think Evil Dead, you don't think of a teen movie, although they're all teenagers. Even though you think Bruce Campbell and stuff, you're like, oh, these guys are all adults. No, they were like supposed to be like teenagers. I think they're supposed to be like 18, 19-year-olds, but they were still teenagers. Cool. Alright, so that's a fun set with all the characters being all 3 costs. We've seen cards in the past. We've seen factions in the past that have had all 4s, all 5s, ones with a lot of 1s or 2s, like some of the ants or robots. But none with all 3s. That's actually kind of cool. I did kind of just took a quick look to see what other sets, if any other did. None of them do. But the ones with the most 3s, so if you're trying to combine this like for super synergy, would be Bear Cavalries, which has more than half of their minions are 3s. The Polynesian Explorers, the 3 Musketeers, which kind of makes sense with the 3 in their name, for the main games. And then if you hop over to other stuff in the Marvel Munchkin, there's also Big Hero 6 has a bunch of 3s. And then in the Munchkin Smash Up, and I say Marvel Munchkin, Marvel Smash Up, in the Munchkin version, a couple of different groups have a few more 3s, but not as many as those other ones. So there's a couple that work really well with this. Otherwise, I think most groups are going to be okay. But even still, it's like the other effects you're using from the other cards would boost it as well. Or you might not want something that had a lot of 3s, and then you're, because you don't want to always have. If you have too many 3s but no 5s, that might not be always good either. You might not be able to amass enough power without having some of the 4s and 5s. You just might need extra power. Plus, the abilities also help to get spread around. Alright, so that's what we have for this fun little extra pack. You can go pick up again from the AEG website if you want. I think they're about, I want to say about $5 a piece, which isn't bad, but when we have to start paying for shipping for a $5 pack of cards, it's sometimes better to wait and either buy it with another box. That's why I bought both of these at the same time. The other expansion I showed up, or you'll wait till they have a sale when you can order multiple. Maybe if you have friends that want some too, you can get like a buy one get one deal. Alright, that's what we have for this. See you guys in the next video. Bye.